Miss Alicia Valentine. Miss Alicia Valentine teaches, she's the program coordinator of the Young Women's Academy, freshman and sophomore girls here at the main campus. She has turned their lives around.
Thank you, Ms. Ariel, for that comment. So the most courageous thing that we can do is to be vulnerable, to show up and be seen. And at the beginning of the school year, we, at the Young Women's Academy, we were tasked to do something that hadn't been done before, to start a brand new young women's program that catered to challenging and promising youth. So as a leader, it took some time to get people to understand the vision, and not just understand the vision, but buy into the vision and believe the vision. And I feel that as a staff, we were truly able to do that. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what we have been able to do. So our Young Women's Academy is a 9th and 10th grade program for students, and it's a gender-responsive academic and psychosocial program. Our staff are highly qualified teachers and individuals with social work and counseling experience. We are unique because we bring something different to urban education, and we practice trauma-informed care. So every student is an individual, and we build that student from the inside out. Many of our students have experienced multiple adverse child experiences, which may include abuse, hunger, violence, incarceration of key family members. And YWA provides a safe place for students to learn academically and to explore those experiences that they've had. We focus on providing students not just with education, but for, like I said, for them to be able to self-explore. So we have groups that cultivate positive self-worth and discernment, healthy boundaries, social skills, conflict resolution, and health and sex education. And the teachers and staff also participate in this education. So I'd say that together we have grown as individuals and as a family. Some of the most exciting things that we've been able to do is, and again, because of donors, is to participate in career exploration, visiting museums, creating art, and attending the theater. And then it's really important for our girls to give back also. So we've been involved in the community. For example, at the diaper and the food banks. And most recently putting together meal packs for children at the food bank. So the success of our program is really based on this buy-in that I was talking about earlier. In closing, we truly look at Young Women's Academy as a family, and I know that the rest of the team echoes these sentiments. Together, we have educated, nurtured, and disciplined students, and we've pretty much been midwives at some extent also, because we've had to meet these particular needs in our community. One of our teachers says that she's connected with students in the way that she hasn't in the past. Her kids call her mama. Our security guard, Ms. Didi, said that she now has a completely different understanding of working with teens, identifying and understanding their behaviors as a way they communicate to get what they want and need. And we as a family, re-educate them about more appropriate ways to attain what they want and what they need. As a dean, it's also my job to consequence them and to really get them to understand that there are real consequences to their actions, and to get them to think more about what that entails. I want to leave you with a quote from Brené Brown, who I am obsessed with lately, because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world. Our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance. Thank you.
Any questions? How many students are in the academy?
Roughly 60, 65.
How many teachers?
4 teachers.
4?
Yes, sir.
And it's all in this building.
It's right next door. You can visit us on the way out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we're going to hear from one of our students. Jakaya Murray is an exceptional student, and she's here with her teacher, Jerome Johnson. Jerome, can you stand and just acknowledge? Yes, yeah.
My graduating seniors.
Yes. And Miss Jakaya.
Hey. Well, this school year has really been hard for me. It really has. Coming from somewhere where I didn't have a support system, and for non-teachers to be hands-on with me and really push me to do what I had to do and succeed, and now I'm a graduating senior, class of 2019. Like, I really was going to give up. I really was going to give up. At the beginning of the school year, I felt like I did not have it. I really felt like I was just not going to graduate. So I just stopped coming to school, stopped doing schoolwork. But they pushed me. They pushed me as much as they could because they knew, they seen it in me that I had it. But let me start by saying my ninth all the way up until junior year, I was not motivated at all. I didn't do no work. I did not go to school. And that completely changed when I came to Don. That completely changed. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I really want to cry because I really did not think that I was going to make it 2 weeks ago. I stayed up the night before my capstone. It was due on the Monday. But I stayed up all night the last day that we were supposed to. I stayed up all night doing that capstone because I really wanted to graduate. I really wanted it. And I was up all night telling all my friends, like, I'm really going to give up. I'm just going to graduate in December or something. Or just get a GED or something. Because I really did not feel like I had it. And for me to really sit down and push myself, if I woke up at 5:25 in the morning and did my capstone and presented it that same day.
Can you share what the capstone is?
What you mean?
Or maybe, can you share what the capstone is?
All right, so let me say this too. This girl is amazing. Like, so I'll tell you what the capstone is. The capstone is basically like our final paper. It is kind of like a final hooray of what Don has done for each student. Basically their goals and their plans after high school. We make sure that we receive acceptance letters from either colleges or employers. So each student has to give that, and then they basically kind of give us an ideal of reflections of what their personal plans, like I said, the reflections over life. And then just some acknowledgments. We allow them to thank those individuals that kind of helped them pave the way. But Jakaya was one of those capstones that, like, I cried. I did cry. I'm not a big crier, but I was blown away. One, because she was one of our finalists in our, we had a poetry contest not too long ago, maybe about 2 months ago, and she was one of our finalists. And when I seen the poem, I wish I had it to read. No, I'm glad I don't, because I probably would cry. But when I read it, I could tell that there were a lot of things happening on the inside, and so just to hear where she's been and how far she's come was amazing. And so today was one of those days where I said, Jakaya, I need you to speak for Don, because it's just it's a testament of what Don has done for many students. I mean, over and over again, students come with sometimes with the mindset to give up, because everybody else has given up on them. And so, but they get here and they realize that we're not going to give up. I mean, we meet students where they're at. She's a part of our Transition Success Program, which is an off-site program. We did a little bit with online programming, as well as some mentor tutoring as well. And I mean, she's just done an amazing job. So kudos to her, and I'm glad. I know she's nervous. you put me up here on the spot, but that's perfect because I think she's a great eyewitness to what Dawn can do. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what's next for you, Jakaya? Where are you headed?
I wanted to go to cosmetology school, either at Moeller or Empire, and then move on to college to go into business. So hopefully I can own my own shop and have people working for me.
Our next student speaker is DeMonte Montgomery, and he's here with his teacher, Eric Randolph, who is also speaking after DeMonte. So, DeMonte?
Good morning, everyone. I'm kind of nervous, I ain't gonna lie, so I apologize.
Just up to your mouth.
It's right here?
Yeah.
All right, cool. They said write something down, but I thought I should just, like, freestyle it from the heart. Because, like, Dawn really did change me. Like, I had a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, took a lot of losses, a lot of pain. Like, it was hard. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about giving up, but coming to Dawn, it just showed me, like, all the teachers was just different, like, from CPS schools. Like, CPS school, they just give you a packet, say you do it. If you don't do it, you're not graduating. Like, so I thought, it's over. Like why should I come to just get told what to do and then just, no. But when I came to Dawn, they showed me, like, you can do this. Like, don't give up. Like, be strong. Like, everybody has problems. Just stay focused. Like, my mom tells me every day in the morning before I wake up, she say, have a good day. I love you. Stay focused. Every day. It hasn't been a day. She haven't said it from my high school, I say my junior high school to now. Coming into Dawn, I had low credits, real low credits. I thought it was done for me. I had an accident the first quarter of Dawn and missed the first quarter and had to come second quarter, and it just I just really wanted to give up. Like, I really did not want it to come anymore. Then it's hard to say this right now because I really thought I would never graduate. Like, really thought like it was just over for me. But coming to Dawn, it just showed me I could do it. I could be something better. Just a leader for my little brothers and sisters, and just break the cycle that my family has been through. My family has been through a lot of things, and just everyone in my family is just incarcerated or dead or just fall through the same trap. All my friends, I just talked to my friend. He's locked up in CRC. He's doing 2 years. He just told me I've motivate him because I'm graduating from high school. Like that's just like a change. Like, it's just a little change, but it's a change. Like, and I'm showing my little brother, like, it's something different. Like, my little brother follows me in every footstep that I does. Like, it hasn't been anything that I had did that he didn't do either. And just showing him that I can graduate, he's on it. He in school every day. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I got me a new job. I'm like, I'm loving that little bro. Like, I'm really breaking the cycle of what my family has been through. And Dawn has helped me do that. And I love them for that. And Mr. Randolph, he has been an extremely big part of my high school senior year. He's seen a change in me. He's seen that I was in some shell and just blocking everybody out, had problems. He knew it, like, he felt it. Like, it was just like a connection. He felt it, like this young man, he's going through something. But he was just talking to me one day and just telling me, like, just do it, man. Come to school, man. So coming to school every day and loving the new teachers. They showing me something better and teaching me new things, and it's just amazing that I learned all this in 1 year after I've been in high school for 5 years. And Dawn just changed everything. Like, and I love it for it. Like, I love Dawn for it. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for DeMonte?
What is next for you?
Well, what's next for me, I'm a car junkie, and I love to just mess with cars, all type of different cars. So I'm going to Scarlet Oats for trade for a year for auto mechanics, and then after that, I was going to go to college for business. So one day, hopefully, I'll have my own car shop, luxury car shops going around. Started something.
Can you see why we are so proud of Don? Those of us who get to work here or volunteer here, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have one of our most amazing teachers, Eric Randolph.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Man, this young man right here, he's absolutely right. Like, a lot of kids come in with trauma from, their lifestyles or family or neighborhoods and the culture we live in. And I kind of saw that and felt that with DeMonte. Some days I wouldn't even speak to him. I'm like, I'm going to let him open up to me. I felt this energy, but as time prevailed, I would say little things to him or talk to him. And then the other teacher I work with, Mr. Salians out there, he's English based. And when we were doing our writing assignments and whatnot, DeMonte needed some help on that. And at first, he was like, he's trying to change my words. I'm like, nah, he's trying to get you better. He's an English teacher. Listen to him. And then I actually sent Miss Arnold on him, too, our counselor, and told her to tell the same thing. And then I came and said the same thing. So he got the same message from 3 different people, 3 different backgrounds, 3 different cultures, diversity-wise, and he got it. And then, I want to say probably about a week or 2 before we were finished, his mindset, his attitude is like he didn't have that wall up. As you see, he was smiling. He was not smiling at first that much, but he's smiling. And then actually, I was holding tears over here because when I see him, I see myself. When he said some of the things he said, it hit home. And first of all, I appreciate you sharing that with me. But his story is like many others, easily he could have fell through the traps and gave up. So much negativity around us, but he got through. And when that wall came down, and like I said, I saw his story or read his story, I saw a part of me, and I was like, man, I'm happy and proud of you. Okay. So for me, my name is Eric Randolph, and I used to live right down the street, 2619 Hemlock. I never knew I would be here one day, but my teacher at Withrow, I went to school at, she pulled me outside right by the stadium, and she said, Eric, you have potential to be a leader. A lot of people look up to you, they follow you, they like you, and I don't know how she knew this, but she was like, you're a B honor roll student, but you don't carry books. She's like, how you do that? And I said, well, I got books at home and I got lockers everywhere. So they don't see the books, but I studied and I did a little bit to get me where I was at. But just like DeMonte, I think I put myself around different people or start having a different mindset. I don't know the exact day it happened, but I remember little instances where it helped me get to where I'm at today. So when she said that, she gave me like a nugget, and I kind of just looked, and she said, how many black male teachers you got? And I started thinking, like, on looking, on counting my hand, I'm like, I got my coach, my high school gym teacher, and I'm like, I don't know nobody else. So she said, you ought to think about teaching because it's in the high demand for you being a black male, and the possibility to move up is endless. And I think we had an administrator at the time who was a black man. And other than that, I didn't know nobody other than security. And so I did a little homework and I looked at it. It was a demand for teachers, black male was like on a scale of 5, it was like 4.8. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should do this. But going back a little bit further, my mom, she was the oldest of 7 kids and they were military-based family. And subsequently, I was the oldest grandchild. And I was already being a mentor to my cousins, and I didn't know that. So this job is easy for me because I'm just being a big brother, a father, uncle. And I didn't know how huge impact I had with young people looking up until I start seeing them mimic or do the things I do or said or repeat things that I said. I'm like, did I tell you that? Yes. So it's good. As well as being a father, big brother, uncle, I've helped with IT, thanks to Mr. Purdy and guy, helped me fix computers when the computers don't work for the internet because we need that. Also, but just being a positive, like to me, male figure. For some reason, we think we got to be rich with money and fortune, with, either music, the rapping, or sports, pro athlete, or selling drugs. And it's just like I said, certain people around me putting things in my ear and seeing how they live, model wise. That I'm like, oh, I can have a family in the house, and that's okay, and that's making it. Yes, it is. So that's what I kind of try to present myself as, being a positive male role model, family guy, stable house, family, doing business on the side, and making ends meet. And at the same time, teaching young people. So for me, giving back is like, because I was fortunate to get out of the trap, as Mr. Montgomery said, of drugs and violence and abuse and incarceration. I feel like I was blessed, so I have to get back. It's part of the cycle. And I know if it wasn't for older guys from the gym to this teacher, Ms. Hawkins, helping me, giving me direction or pointers, that I wouldn't be here today. So it's just full circle for me. So at this point, thank you.
Well, I'm not going to take up too much time. As you guys can see, this is an outstanding event. First of all, I want to thank Ariel and the committee for putting this together. Absolutely. Second of all, I want to thank you guys for taking time out of your day to come to learn more about Don Community High School. Our mission is very simple. We educate anybody who comes through our doors. No matter what the scenario is, we don't expel students. It may look a little different as far as educating them, but my mission has always been very clear. We're going to educate them the best way we can. It's kind of ironic. I deal with Ohio Department of Education more than I want, but I deal with them, and some of the things that we're doing here now is becoming I would say an epidemic. They're starting to understand the only way that you're going to be able to deal with urban education is doing it this way. And we are a pioneer for what we're doing here in the city, and as well as in the state of Ohio. We are the biggest credit recovery high school in the state of Ohio. We're closing in on, I think we somewhere between 850 students right now. It's always been the vision of Don to be as big as we can. It's been a very difficult scenario. I'm not going to stand up here and tell you it's not difficult, because it is. Every day, I, along with a couple other people, have to think about ways to not stay as stagnant. There's also, schools that are opening up. And, we just always have to stay above the norm. And that's my thought process. It's the way we're going to always operate. And anytime you can sit back, and I was driving home a couple days ago, and I thought to myself, you really don't realize how you affect people until you just step back and just take yourself out of that environment. So I took my mind out of being the leader here at Don High School, and it was amazing that what we've been able to accomplish here over the last couple of years. It's just been outstanding. So I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. Of course, there is valuable people in this organization that work hard, giving suggestions, coming up with recommendations, different things like that. I also want to thank my wonderful board. I have a few board members here, and I know I drive them crazy in all meetings because they're constantly coming up with something, that's new and innovative, so we can continue to educate students. Like I said, I'm not going to talk too much longer. I want to save it for our graduation that is coming up here in next Thursday. It's the biggest graduation. I ain't gonna say the biggest we've had, but I chose to do it at Sawyer Point to give that atmosphere. I want kids to grab that diploma looking over the water. See, that was the ideal behind it, and so I think it's been perceived very well. normally at our graduations, it's awesome. We have a lot of people because most of these kids are first generation graduates, and so with that being said, they bring everybody. So we started out with doing tickets. I said, you know what, this year we're going to have 6 tickets. Well, you see how long that went. So I had to say, you know what, let me open it up, because 6 tickets wasn't enough. I mentioned that, I almost got my head took off because they said 6 tickets, man. I got 15 family members. I got people coming from all over the place. So I said, you know what, you're right. Let me just open it up. So I'm excited about that. Also, I'm excited about the wonderful programs that we got coming next year. I'm hoping that everything works out the way it is. We have some wonderful programs that are coming that'll be new to Don High School, and it's another way to attract the students that are around Cincinnati. So that's me, and I look forward to continuously doing what God has me to do.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Davenport. So you can see why we wanted you to celebrate with us today. So much success happens at this school. We're Cincinnati's best kept secret. We are a Cincinnati success story, but we're a secret. So we invite you, if what you heard today has resonance for you, we invite you to donate. There at the top of our website, donschool.org, there's a donate button. That's on the top banner, and the banner right underneath that, there's a button for community volunteers if you'd like to volunteer. We welcome your help in spreading the word to other individuals and companies who might sponsor Don. Things are happening here. We're really changing education for the inner city youth, and it's thrilling to be here. So thank you for being part of this success story. We really appreciate you.